Hey guys, this is the demo of Truckr, the last mile truck delivery app by Appscrip.com. If you're building an app porter in India, GoGoVan in Southeast Asia, this is a good solution for you. Let me start with the login experience. Now, on the login page, we have different options. We have an option for direct consumer sign up, which is here, right? And then we also have an app option for an enterprise sign up. A lot of times, the customers on these apps are actually businesses and not retail or end users. We support both types of users. That's an important input for you guys. Let me log in with a number. I've already got an account, so I'm just going to use that. So it's 9874563213. Hopefully I got that right. I get in. It sends me a verification code on my mobile number. So I'm just going to put a default one in here. And this is how the app looks after launch. Now we could book a single truck. We could book a single truck and multiple drops, single pickup, multi drops. We have all those combinations. That's what appears on the first page. On the second page, I can see all my loads, right? If I had any past loads that I've shipped on the app, I can see them here. This page is the account page. Then we have a credit line page. Usually in these systems, the system offers you a credit line. That basically means you can pay for the shipment and you can pay for it later on a net 15, net 30 basis. So I'll start with the single truck booking first. I'll book a single truck. Now it's giving me my recently searched addresses. I can also enable multi-drops if I want to book multiple drops. I can also do that. And then we have a little icon on the top right, which is our contact book. I can select addresses from my contact book, which just makes it easy for me to quickly search an address that's selected. Again, very common businesses where you may be shipping to a warehouse. You may be, if I go to a business account here, you could see I have different locations because a business may have different locations. So that is why we set up the whole contact. Let me ship to an individual first, or let me just ship to Sharon James. Yeah, let's select that. Right? It'll ask me for the pickup and receiver info. So I'll say I'm the pickup contact. So that just makes it easy. I can just let the receiver contact be Sharon. I can add the load info. Now it gives me an option to select the commodity I'm shipping. So I'm going to select automotive parts. Just going to keep it. So here we have loose pallets, right? We have different options here. You can choose different pallets. Now all of these options can be configured from the admin panel. I'm going to put some random numbers just for the sake of the demo. They can all be managed from the admin panel. I'll save this load. Now I see the information, receiver, delivery, who's the receiver, where is the delivery location. I can see all of that stuff. I can see the information of the shipment. Now, in Asia, it's common to also collect the value of goods from the receiver at times. So we have that option here. Now, the value of goods is a good feature because this may be useful for insurance. And also it may be useful when the driver who's going out to do the delivery needs to maybe collect the cash from the receiver. We can add different consignor documents. So a shipper can upload some documents. Let me just quickly take some just random photos for time. We can upload some photos, add notes, right? This is shipper notes. Put that in here. We can also decide who's going to pay for the shipment. Is it going to be paid by the shipper or is it going to be paid by the receiver? I can select that. I can also choose from different payment methods. I can select a payment method. I could use my credit line that I just spoke to you about earlier in this, or I could choose a card, or I could say cash. So let me choose card. So that's done. If I have another load, I can also click on the add load and I can add another load, right? This is in the case where I have the same receiver, but I have to drop two different, let's say, consignments to that receiver. That's why the add load feature exists. Let's just leave that. Click on proceed. I can click on the add load button and add another load to the same receiver. So I had selected automotive parts. Now let me ship some equipment to the same receiver. Put in the weight. I'm just going to quickly go through this. So this is done. Save that. Now there would be two different loads going out to the same receiver. I'll say now let's proceed. That's done. Now it shows me the pickup and drop on the map. I can then decide to add another stop. Let me click on add stop. I'll go to my contact book. I'll select one of the businesses. That's this Ram Enterprises. I'm going to select one of the addresses here. I'm going to save that. So it shows me the pin on the map. I'm going to say add load information. I'm going to send some building material. I'm going to put in some load info quickly. Get through this. And we're good. Boom. that info in there. I can put in the value of goods. If I want to add some photos, I can do that. I say I'm done. Let's proceed. Oh, I've got to choose a payment method. I'm going to choose cash this time. So let's go with that. So I'm going to see if I want to change the payment method for this load. I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to stick with card for now. I'm going to save that. Click on proceed. So it shows me the two stops now, D1 and D2. So that's pickup stop 1 and pickup stop 2. So that's the route. Now I'll go to the choose truck. I'm done with my two loads. It's a multi-stop load. I can see different types of vehicles on this carousel here. All of these things can be changed based on the region you want to operate the product in. You can see the little rates below as well. That's based on the the pickup and the different stops for the delivery. I can see the budget this is a budget that's given by the application, and I can also see a breakdown of how it's being calculated. Now, if I don't want to go with this and I want to set my own budget, I can also do that. So I'm going to say I want the truck type. I'm going to give my own budget. I'm not happy with the recommended fee. I want a better deal. So I can uncheck that, put in my own number and go with that. I can select a pickup time for the load. I'm just going to say tomorrow or Monday. Wait, okay, let's just go with that. If I need labor, if I need any help in hauling the goods and while unloading and loading, I can choose how many laborers I need, and the app can set a fee for each labor. So once I'm done with the load, I'm just going to click on confirm truck, and that would basically post the load so that all the carriers can see it on their app. So once that load is posted, I will be redirected to the My Loads page on the shipper app. So that's what happens here. I come to the My Loads page and I can see all the different loads that I've posted. The load that I just created is right here. So that's the way the single truck multi-stop load posting flow works. Now I'll quickly also move to the multi-flow. This is again very important because this is very useful because at times shippers need more than one vehicle to ship the goods. I'll go back, choose the customer. Now with multi-trucks, I can always do the same pickup and drop. We don't have multi-stop and multi-trucks. So I'm going to say I'm at the pickup point, and I'll add the load info, automotive parts. And again, now here it will always be full container loads because I'm going to take the full container, right? Now also to note, while I'm doing this, the truck types that we recommend, we factor in the dimensions of the load, the weight of the load, and we only show those vehicle types that can ship the load. So I'm going to add some photos again. We've already seen that, so I'm just going to skip that. Delivery fee paid by the sender. I'm going to select the payment method. I'm going to go with card again. So click on done. Proceed. Choose me the pickup and drop. Single pickup, single drop, like I discussed with you. It's only going to show me those trucks now that can ship my commodity type, and also that can ship my goods, right? Like which are compatible in this case with the containers. So it's only going to show me those. So I can also select how many trucks I want. I can say 2. I can also select more than that. I can just go with the recommended price. I can go with the shipping date or a pickup date. If I need labor, yes, no. I can choose how many laborers I need to load the vehicle, so that the carrier is aware that they need to get some labor along with them, right? And I confirm that. I confirm the load, and that goes out to the load board for the carriers. They would see that on their end. So that's basically how the load posting flow works on the mobile app. I'll continue the rest of the video with the rest of the flows on the app. Thank you. So now I'll switch over to the carrier app. So I'll walk you through the app now. So we call it the driver app, but this is going to be used by the independent contractors, or the independent carriers, or let's call it the owner operators, right, who drive their own trucks. We also have another app for another login for operators drivers. So these are drivers that are part of a fleet. So I have a fleet of, let's say I'm a fleet owner and I have a fleet of 10 trucks. I have my own staff of drivers who drive my 10 trucks, right? So that's what a fleet operator is, and their respective drivers can also log into the app. But let me show you with the owner operator login. So I'm going to log in with this. I have a login already made. We also have a sign up process, so just quickly going to just show you that, but not get into it deep. But in the owner operators can also sign up from the mobile app. So let me quickly get into the owner operator login. I have 49666655. So I'm going to get the verification code, and we can also log in with an email password. I'm just going to do it with mobile numbers because it's a lot easier. I'm going to put my verification code in here. So you can see the options I have here. I have no active orders, and I can go online or offline. So this basically this controls my availability for taking immediate or ASAP orders. So you may notice on the right hand side, so on the background of my screen I have something called which we call a central dispatch. So as soon as I go offline, you would notice that my name appears and disappears from the app, from the dispatch portal, right? So that's how the real timeness works on the dispatch portal. If I go offline here and I go back here, I would not see myself. So that's the online offline piece. Now if I go to the new jobs section, I'll see the list of new jobs. Now if you notice, I had posted a job here for a truck, right? A single pickup multi-drop. So I can actually see if that same load is available here. I can see there's 2 drops. I can see the information about this. It'll show me the details of the stop. It'll show me photos if any, value of goods, delivery fee, who's going to pay for it. I can see all of that stuff, right? I can go to step 2 and see what's going on there as well, right? Now, as a carrier, I have an option to accept, reject. I can click on accept, and I want to accept this job. I'm going to take. If I do that, I see the job show up on my ASAP loads page. I would see these jobs show up here, and on the app for the shippers, I would see the load has been updated with the driver information or the carrier information. So I see that here, driver assigned. I can always go to the details and I can see who's been assigned my load. I can see the load details as well, and if I want to track my driver live, I can see him right here. So I can see the details of the driver. I can text the driver. We have an inbuilt chat, and so the driver gets the messages. I can also call the driver. So we have 2 options. We can do a VoIP call or an app to app call. So the VoIP call goes through like a number masking system like Twilio, and an app to app call is more like a WebRTC WhatsApp like call, where it just happens app to app, right? So this way we don't reveal the phone number. The shipper's phone number is always masked. It's more of a security feature. If I go back to the carrier app, I can see the information here. I can click on start job when I'm ready to start the job. I can see there's a message from me. I can reply back to that message. So it's an in-app chat, it's free, and it happens within the app itself. We have different navigation options. We support Google and Waze. We can also support other truck specific custom navigation systems as well, if that's a need. I can at any time see the details of the load. I can see all the information right here, right? So I know this is, I need to go pick this load up. So the first job that I see is a pickup. So I can say I've arrived at the pickup. I'm now ready to load. I can see the information about the loads I need to pick up here. So I'm gonna pick this, ready to load. So once I'm ready to load, I can say loading started, and then a timer shows up, because at times you want to charge people for the time you take to load the vehicle, right? So that's why we have this in here. I'm just going to say loading completed. Now we have the option to upload proof of pickup. So you could upload POPs right here. I could take a photo, or I could upload something from the gallery. We can also upload documents if any. I'm going to add some notes here, and I can confirm that the shipper, so I can quickly do that. Oops. Just gonna go here and slide to start. So now my pickup is completed. I now go to my next, I need to start the independent drop. So I'm going to start the first drop, that's to Sharon. And at any point, if I want to, as a shipper, I want to see the status, I can always go in here and see what the status of the load is, right? So I can see here that, the POP is uploaded. I can see that right here, proof of pickup. I can get timestamp reports on what exactly is happening. So this is like a real-time, paper trail almost of what's happening with my load. When I go back to the carrier app, I say I've arrived at drop, and it'll give me about what am I supposed to drop at this stop. Sharon was the first stop, so I need to drop these two loads. I'm gonna start unloading that. Once I'm done unloading, I'm gonna complete that. I can then upload documents. I can capture a photo. So I'm gonna do that really quick. I'm gonna add some notes, proof of delivery notes. So get that done. And whoever the receiver is, I can get a signature from them. So I can get that signature right on the app, and that basically completes my drop. And if I'm ready to submit these documents, I'll say yes. So then shows me a summary. This is a system calculated fare. It's cash, right? It was paid by shipper, so I've already got the money. Gives me a summary and I can complete that. At the end of it, I can rate the shipper, and I'm done with my first drop, right? So that's how the flow works on the system, for a pickup and a drop. On the shipper side, I can rate the experience and leave a review, and I can submit that. So that basically completes the load. So this is how the flow works between a shipper and a carrier on the mobile app. I will show you the other flows from the fleet operator driver as well. Let me show you some more features on the operator app. So we have this option for filters, right? And I could sort loads by deadhead, low to high to low, prices. We can sort them by trailer types, right? If I want to see loads for certain trailer types, I can do that. By commodity type or goods type, I could change that. I could also do it based on my pickup address, selected date. So let me just do this really quick so that we're all on the same page. I'm just going to select truck. And goods type, I'll say auto parts, equipment, I'm going to apply that. Pickup location, I'm going to put my pickup date, I'm just going to say tomorrow. Just going to put that in here. Deadhead, I'm okay to do this range, right? I want a big trip. Big trips are better, more money, right? I can also filter it by delivery city. I can apply that. And I can see if there are any loads. So we have a filter option here that searches for loads that meet my criteria. So I found one here. I can decide if I want to take it up or not. I could also see information, and it would show me the info here. And if not, I can always decide to accept or not take that load up, right? That's a feature that we have. So we have this whole filtration option, so we can get loads that we really think are good for business. So that's a feature we have here. Now on the menu, we can see the details of the vehicle. If needed, we can integrate any DOT APIs to validate if those vehicle credentials are all right or not, and we can do the same for the carrier. He can see his information along with his identity proof and all of that stuff. Now these can all be customized based on the region, because we realized in different regions there are different DOT requirements. The DOT is Department of Transport. I can see my wallet balance. This is basically the money I've earned from doing the deliveries. We've integrated Stripe Connect here, so I could add my bank account and it would check out to my bank account directly. So we've got that. If you have too many cash bookings, we can also do a recharge. I can because my wallet would go negative because I would owe the system money. So that's in there as well. And then we can change the language. We support multiple languages. And I can also see the history of loads or bookings that I've done. That's visible on the history page here. Right, so let me go back on the My Loads page, and now let me go back to the shipper app and see if I can do a quick ASAP booking to show you how ASAP loads are done. This is quite common, like I said, in apps like Porter and GoGoVan. So I'm just going to quickly select a pickup drop. I'm going to say I'm the pickup. I'm going to say I'm the receiver. I'm just shifting some home shifting. Just going to put in some full container. It's going to take a full container load. Yeah, I'm just going to move. There's also full truck, it's the same thing. Put in some value of goods. Keep the documents. I'm going to pay with card. Confirm that. Click on proceed. Single pickup, single drop. It says I have truck. I'm going to choose truck, non-negotiable, and let's go with that. Just confirm the truck. Right. So when I do that, this load should now appear on the ASAP loads page on the carrier app. So once it's posted, I see the information show up here on my loads page. And if I go back to the carrier app, if I go to the ASAP jobs, I see this new job that's shown up here. And you would interestingly see this on the left on my central dispatch. I can see this, there's a new booking here. And I can also, as a dispatch or as a fleet dispatcher, manage the booking from here and forcefully assign it to a driver if I want, or the driver can decide to take it up or not. So we can see a timer here on the top that shows how much time he or she has to accept the booking. So I can click on the accept and say yes, I want to take this job up. As soon as I do that, it shows up in my loads page, right? So once this is done, I go to the my loads page, and here it is. It shows up here. And if I go to my carrier app or shipper app, I would see the booking here as well, and I can track it live. So we have a live track feature here. I can actually track the vehicle live as it makes its way towards me, just like how it works on Uber. So this is more like quite cool, especially for ASAP orders, right? If you're doing last mile delivery and the shipper wants to know exactly where the vehicle is, they can do it from there. So this basically completes the demo of the mobile app for the shipper and the carriers. I've shown you the entire flow on how the load is posted and how it's how it's managed on the carrier side. Do let me know if you guys have any questions. Happy to take any questions you have. My name is Rahul Sharma. I'm the founder of Appscrip. I can be reached out directly on dreamer@appscrip.com. Thank you very much.